Divine greetings and gratitude, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If y'all are new here, my name is Nuna. I am the Oracle, the Seer, the Witch, and the Wise Woman of the Saiyonan archives. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. And if y'all are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred space. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. I wanted to give you guys a word of caution because there's something that is coming through very strongly, and the words are the impersonation of the divine feminine. That was a phrase that came through not long ago, and it did not take me long to know exactly what Spirit was talking about, because Spirit was very loud and clear when it said impersonating the divine feminine. This looks like people who are pretending to be advocates for the divine feminine for the sake of consumption, for the sake of driving numbers, for the sake of profit, because they have this colonized mindset, this consumeristic mindset, this capitalist mindset when it comes to doing anything and everything that they need to do in order to get notoriety, in order to thrive, in order to drive revenue and everything else. Because these individuals know that there is a rise of the divine feminine, and because these individuals know and they see what is trending or they see what is happening out in the world, these people, right, will do anything in their power to get whatever it is that they need, because they have this predatory behavior that prays, it watches in silence. Like, it just has like this really weird icky energy. And the word is subtle. Spirit is saying is that sometimes these energies may be very subtle with their maneuvers, or they may be subtle in their behaviors, but the way that you can really find out who's really for you is you'll see it in how integral they are. You'll know how they are behind the scenes, and Spirit is saying is that they will feel it. And I feel like Spirit is saying is that this is the reason why you really do want to use your discernment and to work with your intuition, because people can talk a good game. People can use their words as spells, as glamour magic, to fuel, to gain, and to do whatever they need to do in order to get whatever, or to manifest whatever intention that they have. And Spirit is wanting to remind you that you yourself, as a divine feminine being, it doesn't matter how you identify, you as a divine feminine being, when you are in tune with your intuition will always lead you to the right reasoning. I teach this all the time. I am known for saying this. Your intuition will always lead you to the right reasoning, and your intuition supersedes all feelings and emotions. And there is a major difference between the three. Your intuition is the part of your divine feminine knowing that understands and it feels beyond all perceptions, beyond all limitations, beyond all ideas, because it's what links you directly to the divine. And I do feel like it's so interesting that Spirit is bringing this up now, because when you think about what they're doing, what I'm seeing happening and what I feel happening is that they'll use your feelings, they'll use your emotions, and they will say anything that they know will trigger something within you that they may find to be a wound. And what they'll do is they'll try to spoon feed you all of these things, these affirmations and all of these whatever. They'll try to glamorize your pain and try to give you something that can be the antidote. They'll try to give you something that could be the end all be all, or the saving grace, or they'll try to give you something that is the cure, when in reality what the cure is really you diving deeper into your divine feminine, and you peering into yourself, and you honoring the parts of you that have been suppressed, you honoring the parts of you that seek comfort, you honoring the parts of you that want to rage, right? You honoring the shadow aspect of your divine feminine, right? Which I like to call the shadow divine feminine. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I really do feel like there is going to come a time where there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be exposed as people who don't really have the divine feminine's true essence and good at heart. What they really want is money. What they really want is notoriety. What they really want is fame. What they really want is to be someone of importance. So they will hop on anything that will make them look and be important, right? And I do feel that Spirit is giving us this warning. Like, we are really being given a warning. You know who was really for you. You know who was really wanting to help. You know who really has a collective energy at heart, who really wants to help and be of service to humanity because of what they do behind the scenes. How do they talk to you? How do you feel when you're around them? Your divine feminine will know. And there, what I'm hearing is that there will be a slip up. Like, some people may slip up. They may say something by accident. They may, and sometimes, don't get me wrong, there's a difference between saying something by accident, right? And like a miscommunication or a misinterpretation. And then there's some people who will reveal themselves the more you let them talk, the more that you spend time around them, you'll just start to feel it. And they may put on a really good show. They may put on a really good mask. But see, the fact that you're in tune with your divine feminine, the fact that you're in tune with the shadow, you may be in tune with their shadow. You may be in tune with the part of them that is creating this narrative, or creating what, I don't know why the word is narrative, but you may be in tune with their need to create this false perception of themselves to bring you in so that they can prey and feed off of your energy. It's this form of like vampiristic consumerism is the words that are coming through, where they need you to consume because they need to feed off of your energy, and it's truly disgusting. So Spirit is saying is like, I really want you to start using your discernment if you are not, and I want you to start strengthening that intuitive muscle. If you guys need help with strengthening your intuitive muscle, let me know down in the comments. I got you. And also, I want to say this too. I am an advocate for you utilizing your own tools. I am an advocate for you utilizing whatever you can. And if you feel that you do not want to do it yourself, if you want someone else to help you with oils, help you with those creations or whatnot, that is the reason why people like me are there. If all you got is some olive oil and some sugar, do what you got to do, right? Because you want to use what you have. I don't know why that's coming through, but it's coming through for somebody. That was an intermission that happened. That was a transmission that came through. I'm going to leave it there. It is what it is. If all you have is a brown paper bag and a pencil, use that, right? Anyway, that's neither here nor there, or maybe it is, I don't know. I'm gonna trust that. So anyway, I really do feel like Spirit is raising a word of caution, and the reason is because there are some people out here who need you to be in a space of woundedness because they need to feed off of that. They need to make money off of that. It's this exploitation of the divine feminine experience where we've been wounded, we've been suppressed, we've been ignored, we've been overlooked for how we looked, for how we show up, for embracing our sensuality, for embracing our sexuality. We've been shut out, shunned, right, for wanting to be soft, for wanting to be comfortable, for wanting to rage, for wanting to destroy for the sake of creation. And I do feel like a lot of that is going to be seen more in the forefront. And I don't know why, but I'm hearing like leaders out in public, even some of the very people that you may associate yourself with may be this way. What I'm hearing is the word influencer. Some people may be influencers. I do not know who. I'm just saying what is coming through, right? If anyone is triggered by this, check yourself, because if if you're triggered, I may be revealing something, I don't know. But if you see someone who may be like an influencer, just tuning into your own energy and how is what they're saying making you feel, right? From an intuitive level, because there is a difference between you tuning into your intuition and you projecting your own ideologies and then you formulating that or expressing that as intuition. And that's another thing that's coming through. Wow. Another thing coming through as well is the fact that as more people step out into the forefront, as they're embracing their divine feminine, as they are embarking on this journey of remembrance where they're returning back to themselves, returning home to themselves, I do feel like there are going to be people that are going to be exposed for projecting their own prejudices and their own ideologies and passing it on as wisdom in order to keep themselves relevant. And that, to me, especially when it comes to intuitives, especially when it comes to the glamorization of spirituality as a whole. And so what I do see happening is that the more people that you see stepping out into the forefront, the more people that you see tuning in to their own divine feminine knowing and wisdom, the more people are led by Spirit, the more you will see the enemy. Really, an enemy is an illusion. Really, those who are considered enemies really have something really against themselves. They have an internal war that they're battling within themselves, and you do not have to agree to fight that war with them. So what Spirit is wanting us to do now is to really stand firm in the truth, and Spirit is wanting you to choose truth over all illusions. Spirit is wanting you to choose what you know to be true outside of the illusion that people may be creating. That's the reason why we have the Seven of Cups here with this Ace of Swords. Spirit is saying is that the divine truth will always prevail, and the divine truth is what will always be more obvious, especially when you are in tune with your divine feminine. Okay, what I don't want to do is, the last thing that I ever want to do is to push products right in your face and anything like that. I'm not going to do that. What I will say though is that I do have an ETHERIUM, and that ETHERIUM is open for anyone who wants to work their magic, who wants to work their ritual, and who wants me to teach them how to utilize these specific tools to strengthen their own intuition, to work with their own divine feminine, and to also ensure that they themselves are honoring that divine feminine, that they are honoring their gifts and their talents and whatnot. And the reason is because, to be honest with you, what I see coming, I really do see that there's going to be a lot more people who are going to embody the more abusive aspect of the matriarchal energy. And I mean, it may be controversial, but I do feel like there are people now who are considered intuitives and whatnot who are going to be shown. And this is not to say that I'm praying for someone's downfall. Absolutely not. Because to be honest, I want everybody to win, right? As long as you have humanity's best interest at heart, I want everybody to win, to be quite honest with you. And also, that's another thing. Jupiter is teaching us that there is enough to go around. There is enough for everyone to go around. We all will have our time. And that's also what Saturn teaches us, is that through discipline, through structure, through rigor at times, right? And it's so interesting because that goes into another video that we're not going to have right now. Anyway, and so I feel like with these teachers, what they teach us is that there is abundance and enough to go around, and that we will all have our time, right? And so to the divine feminine, the last message that I want to give to you is that you yourself are in a space where you're being called to honor that aspect of you, and you don't have to utilize any type of reason or rationality in order to validate how you feel, although your intuition will always lead you to the right reasoning. I will say that shit until the wheels fall off. Your intuition will always lead you to that right reasoning. You don't have to second guess yourself. You don't have to worry about what other people are going to think, you know, if you feel this way, right? Just tune into your intuition. I want you to trust yourself, trust your inner guide and your inner voice over all feelings and emotions, right? Although there is so much wisdom that we can find in these emotional spaces, right? Or knowledge that we can pick up from these emotional spaces, we can use them to expand our consciousness and to increase our emotional awareness and to increase our emotional intelligence. And that is the reason why Spirit is saying to honor your divine feminine knowing, because when you do that, you then start to expand off of those things that I just mentioned. Okay, so that is really just what I wanted to say, because I know that, you know, there's a push for people to just do so many things and to try to make it and things like that. And it's unfortunate because, you know, we've been in a space where we've really been called to be more sovereign and to embrace our sovereignty and to allow ourselves to really just tune into our own ability to be self-sufficient. But with that comes the shadow aspect of doing anything that we may find necessary to win or to make it and whatnot, because we don't want to be broke. We don't want to live a life that we used to live. And so sometimes a person's integrity or, you know, the light aspect of them, like that becomes jeopardized because of their need to make it. And Spirit is saying is that you don't have to jeopardize anything. The reason why it's taking you so long to get to where you need to go is because you yourself are acting with integrity. Some people are choosing a different route that may not be as in alignment, and that is the reason why what they have going will not withstand the test of time. Because remember, Saturn does teaches us through rigor again, and Saturn also teaches us to have integrity, because when we do, the things that we are creating will withstand anything and everything. It will outlive us, even when our bodies decide to perish. What our teachings will be, our teachings, our art, or whatever it is that we offer to the world will transcend beyond everything, right? And our teachings will outlive us, outlive our neighbors, outlive our friends, right? That's just really what is coming through right now. And I really want you to start honoring your divine feminine. Just trust it. Right? Be on the lookout. How do these people treat you behind the scenes? What conversations are they having? Right? Like, you don't have to engage too deeply into what they're doing, right? But at the same time, your spirit will know and your spirit will tell you. Your spirit will know and your spirit will tell you. Your intuition will always lead you to that divine knowing, okay? Well, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say for this video. I just wanted y'all to watch out. I just wanted y'all to be careful out here because, you know, they're on the run, man. They're on the run, honey. They're out there, okay? I love you guys, and if you guys have not already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I do want to give you guys more transmissions, more prophetic messages, and I really just want to grow our space and to expand and to grow and evolve. And I also want to build community, because I do feel like there's a lot that I have to share, and I'm so glad that you guys decided to stay here. So anyway, I love you guys, and I'll catch you in my next video.